Previously on Neofeud, Karl spotted Jezebel and discovered she was in cahoots with Sybil. She confronted the princess about this, and she revealed that Jezebel was actually a shell that she can transfer her mind to. The team tried to get Dr. Goertzel out of his lab, but Karl discovered that he was working with the Coch-Jobbs family all along. Borges knocked out Karl and captured Sybil, while Goertzel killed Aleph. Fortunately, Protege defeated both Goertzel and Borges, but this was a huge setback for the revolution. Okay. Fulcrum. Spatial coordinates set, time... Okay, it says past. A golf course on top of an office building?
Karl, can you hear me okay?
Loud and clear, Sybil.
Great. Just remember to stick to the plan, okay?
Right. Hang back, stay out of sight, keep an eye out for trouble. It seems the Superpositor's stealth cloak mode is working.
Great. And don't get too close to my father's Zep yacht. It's got a built-in missile defense system and an air force of drones.
Aye aye, ma'am. So, do you think your dad will really listen?
I don't know if I can turn my father from the 1%er dark side, but I have to at least try. If I can't garner his support, we'll have to go to Plan B. Overthrow.
War is the continuation of diplomacy by other means, right?
Yeah, well, we have to hope for the best.
Good luck politicking, princess.
Wait, I have to walk in this tiny with a tiny zoomed out view? Okay. But I am not holding out much hope for converting Sybil's dad. We saw him in a prologue and he really did not have any empathy at all. Nope. EX-1000 military humanoid. When the first fully sentient warbots were sent to destroy populist resistances in Europe and the US, they all came back with raw PTSD, and a few went on vendettas, slaughtering warmongering politicians and their military superiors. They were known as Rambots. Rambo. These newer models are heavily lobotomized into mindless slaves to avoid a repeat of that and to cut the billions paid in robo-veterans' PTSD therapy and disability benefits. I lobbied my heart out to help build the economies of war-torn areas, but I was mostly shot down meetings as being a naive millennial. Android Rebel Guard. They were originally based on the cream of the crop FBI and Secret Service agents of the country formerly known as the United States of America. They took the nation's finest agents and replicated them in engineered android bodies. The eugenics of it has always kind of creeped me out, even though I've always been surrounded by these guys since I was born into my golden crib. Rich, important people. Global business leaders, global political leaders, each with at least $1 trillion in net worth. I hate most of these giant dickheads I'm forced to rub shoulders with to get things done. What few memories I have of Dad are vacation cruises to New Waikiki in this luxury Zep yacht. I spent most of the trip being babysat by robo-nannies, talking to the airship's superintelligence, and watching my pony princess as Dad paced around shooting off emails to CEOs and presidents. He never really stopped working ever. That's the thing that the poor and super rich have in common. They tend to have absent parents, just for different reasons. Wait, why can't I oh, come on, it's... Why? Skyland. This is the Oasis Country Club, a private geosynchronous sky island with android-maintained self-irrigating golf course, 10 deluxe spas, 0G racquetball room, VMAX VR, movie theater, and 300 million square feet of premium office space. Membership is exclusive, by invitation only, and the baseline requirement is trillionaire status and above. I can't stand these sorts of maniacal douche swarms. I spent a lot of my early career flying around these sorts of resorts, shaking hands with rich old white guys, and begging them to put some money toward poverty, aid, and cleaning up this month's eco-disaster or species equality advocacy. Believe me, I wanted to barf at the end of every day after putting up with being ridiculed as a bleeding heart, being looked down upon, and enduring creepy, pervy looks. But you do what you have to raise funds. Given these are her inner thoughts, it seems she really is sincere in wanting to bring about true equality, huh? So that means Karl and goertzel-takeda figured out wrong, huh? Shadowplex, the high city of the one percenters, the rich, famous, well-connected, and royal, a network of flowing skylands, interconnected by corporate jets. Being a highborn with eclat status, I spent my life up there, didn't actually touch terrestrial soil till I turned 16. As disastrous state and corporate policies failed to address inequality, ground-based nations and cities became overrun with the poor, unemployed, and refugees. Welfare states went bankrupt, social services were cut, poverty exploded, and decimated the economy, exacerbating social unrest. After the Coastlandia capital and several corporate and banking headquarters were bombed and stormed by armed mobs from right-wing radicals to robot rioters to outraged left-wing populists, the elites of Coastlandia and the city-states like it decided to race the entire city into the air as a last-ditch effort to escape from the fury of the bottom 99%. The Great Exodus of 2027, or the Blue Flight, resulted in a 2,000-foot barrier between the haves and have-nots. Green cards and birth certificates became useless. Only a status card indicating one's economic or political importance would give you a pass beyond the pearly gates of High City. Thousands of low-city would-be refugees hijacked the flying cars, stole Airbuses, commandeered Zep freighters in an attempt to fly into the risen city. All were shut down in what became known as the Massacre of 2028. Undocumented immigrants can be shot out of the sky without a warning.
Good afternoon, Your Highness. King Clinton Bush has been expecting you.
Thank you.
So it's crazy. This regime is apparently taking control of both America and Europe. If I've got that right. Yeah. They suppressed uprisings in both continents. Don't need to talk to security. Rich, important people. I prefer not to talk to these people right now. My father's over there in the block. Okay, this is really weird. The guy next to him is supposed to be Walker, the same guy who just tried to kill her and the rest of the team earlier. The heck? How come I can't select into him? Is this because I'm too zoomed out? I don't know. It's weird. There's like a gap between them that you can clearly see, but it still recognizes them as King Warren? Weird. They both can't be King Warren unless Walker was like secretly King Warren's alter ego all along in order to control both families. Oh shit.
Damn, Walker, you've really upped your golf game. Damn, Walker, you've really upped your golf game.
I've swung a lot of heavy metal in my day. You Clinton Bushes always got the trump card in politics, though.
Don't short your own stock, Walker. I'm sure you'll be taking my Martian resort from me any day now. In fact, I'll throw in my Jupiter mining colony.
Ha! That Gates Walton kid still badgering you to let him use your orbital station? Nolan, is it?
That's his full name.
Gosh, that plus $1 trillion in seed capital for his interstellar adventures. It can be your problem, George.
Jobs on a stick. Am I seeing things, or is that psycho General Walker Coch-Jobbs that tried to gun us down with his warplane at the Capitol?
That's him. Oh no, this is all wrong. Just keep your eyes peeled, Karl, and be ready to get us out of here. Walker could be setting a trap for us.
Yes, ma'am. And Princess?
Yes?
You be careful out there, okay? You're our only hope. I mean, you represent us common people. We can't lose you.
I'll do my best, Karl.
Princess Sybil, great to see you all in one piece, darling. Your dad was worried sick about you.
Yes, I'm fine. Thank you, General Coch-Jobbs.
Sibs, there you are. The General here has just been telling me that you've been busy of late.
Yes, I've been working on a number of projects and initiatives.
Your daughter's been doing some great work, Warren. I ran into her at the Capitol, in fact.
Really?
That's right. She was down there, lobbying the government to help with them poor low-city ragamuffins.
This is in the past, isn't it?
To robots.
That's my Sybil, heart of gold.
I was down there overseeing the rollout of new security measures. You can never be too careful, especially in light of current events.
That's right. Those slum-sprawl terrorists commandeered a CJ-74 Archangel and shot out an entire flight.
Wait, what?
A damn shame what
This
it
shouldn't
is.
have happened yet.
An attack on us royalty?
Right?
In our own castle? The hubris of it. We need to hit them goddamn radical Islamist robo-terrorists back hard. No offense, Princess.
None taken, General.
We better not broadcast our attack to the public just yet. Better to just do some executive order backdoor strikes. Loose lips sink ships. Ain't that right, Sybil?
Absolutely, General. While I'm generally not in favor of violence, we've got to keep quiet about our machinations. We wouldn't want the wrong people getting wind of what we're up to.
That's great, Princess. I'm real glad we all understand each other. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got some business to handle before the G8 summit. Warren? Princess?
Of course. See you there, Walker.
What? Wait, does he know what happened in the future? Because I know what this is the past, right? Fulcrum past. That's what I selected.
That's the Coch-Jobbs attack drone that hit us at the Capitol. Sybil, you gotta get the hell out of there.
Oh, Jobbs. No, I can't run unless the General makes a move, or King Warren will be onto us and the Egalite Cooperative will be ruined.
If that plane opens fire in this golf course, you and your father will be torn to shreds.
I know. Please let him just leave.
What's with the time traveling? This feels inconsistent. What? It sounds like they already attacked the office? Just what is going on with the timeline?
Oh, thank Jobbs. That was close.
Sibs, such a wonderful surprise. How's that fancy air car I bought for you working out? Not still pulling to the left, is it? How's your mother?
Dad, come on. You know I hate sibs. I'm not 5 anymore.
Of course, darling. Oh, good. We're out of earshot. Where the hell have you been, young lady? I took 500 of my best CIA off the case, installing my technocrats in China and the Eurozone, just to look for my rebel princess daughter. You know that's what the Neofeudals are calling you now? The rebel princess? You know how that makes me look at World Economic Summits? How the hell am I supposed to run these planets if my own daughter won't even back me up?
OMG, Dad, it's not my fault that my humanitarian work is against the grain of your Royal Country Club. That's where I've been this entire time, doing real work on the ground with my mixed species, mixed income community initiative. You always told me to think for myself and do something great with my life. Well, I'm doing that, and making the world a more equal and just place is my great calling. You're the leader and keynote speaker of the G8 summit tonight. You could change the culture, maybe back me up for once.
Sybil, Sybil, Sybil. Oh, my innocent little flower girl. If only you truly understood how power really worked, you'd know why that's not possible.
I am not your naive little daddy's girl, and I will not be condescended to anymore. I'm trying to help provide equal opportunities to the 99% non-royals, build communities, bridge the interspecies racism that is tearing everyone apart, one riot, shooting, and terrorist attack at a time on the planets you claim to be running, but you mostly just ignore and exploit.
You want me to treat you like a grown-up? Fine. Here's the hard truth, princess. There have always been the haves and the have-nots, and that's the way we'll always be. Let's say I open up the Clington Bush coffers to the commoners, the unwashed terrestrials. Redistribute wealth. Sure, they would be eating lobster nightly, sporting shiny chrome body parts the skies would fill with flying cars. For a time. But helping the poor is like throwing money into a fire. They just burn it up and ask for more. There's no return on investment. I've already pushed billions in aid to terrestrial slum sprawls this year alone with nothing to show for it.
That's because it's all being funneled into slush funds of corrupt cronies. My own cousin, the mayor, and the director of sentient services were lining their own pockets with public money, as I discovered at the Capitol. And what does actually reach the poor is going to overcomplicated, discriminatory, and inadequate welfare.
It's fine to do some philanthropic work here and there. Hold some starving robot kids, or do some boutique urban gardening photo op with inner-city transgenic youth to get the liberals on your side. But not too much. You can call it crony capitalism, or you can call it putting family first. The way I help you, my daughter. But a bigger problem is that if we were to start putting more than token resources towards the billions and billions of hungry mouths down there, the other dynasties would sense weakness. And as our resources waned, they would come after our castle. Then someone, the Coch-Jobbs probably, would take our place as dominant Neofeudal power. And we all know that Walla General is only happy when it's raining bullets and bombs. His itchy trigger finger would hit the big red button and start World War III the second he was given the ultimate throne without our family to put him in check. So you see, that is the heavy golden crown of thorns I must wear, my dear. You may call me evil, and maybe I have some of that in me. But I, Warren Clinton-Bush, am the lesser of two evils by far. We can't always have utopia, my dear princess. Sometimes we have to be strategic, settle for what is achievable. Compromise. That is the heart of politics, after all. True equality, democracy, that's a fantasy of the left.
That's ludicrous. If sentients on the ground just had enough to lift themselves out of the poverty trap, who knows what they could do? Who knows how many great scientists, engineers, artists, the next Einstein, the next Noah Goertzel, could be living in that slum, slaving at a dead-end job, forced to become a drug lord to survive, wasting his talent just because we, the 1%, wanted a bigger piece of the pie. All people of all races and substrates could be living happier and more productive lives. Doesn't that mean anything? How can you be so heartless?
I can see we may have to agree to disagree, my dear. Here, baby, you need some money? Take a few billion and go start a charity, or another one of them open source, mixed income, trans-species villages, or whatever you call it. Just don't use any real estate from 57th to Obama Street. We're making a new resort. Regentrifying that area.
Fine, Dad. I guess I'll see you at the G8 summit.
Does he suspect a thing?
That old, egocentric, patronizing, ignorant old... Ah! This is why I left the capital.
Hey, Sybil. No one can say you didn't try. You pleaded your case through the proper channels. You tried the politics.
Those who make peaceful revolution impossible will make violent revolution inevitable. I just wish it wasn't my own father we have to overthrow. But it must be done. Stupid old Neofeudal. Let's just get out of here.
Thought he was going to give a similar justification as Aiden from Small Saga. Thought he would have argued that a lack of a strong hierarchy would lead to a different kind of tyranny, one that's harder to keep track of and hold accountable.
This is it, the Fulcrum, a palace levitating above a megalopolis, hovering above mass slum sprawl, home of the 1% of the 1% of the 1%. Looks like I'm just in time for the G8 Summit, a yearly conference attended by the most powerful Neofeudal dynasties, families of kings, presidents, executives, military leaders, religious leaders, lifestyle gurus. As a representative of the dominant family, the Clinton Bushes, I'll need to keep up appearances. I have to do my princess wave, shake all the right hands, stand in the photo ops, maybe give a speech about world peace. All the while ensuring that Karl and Proto-J sneak in and the Egalite Cooperative's coup d'etat is successful. The world is counting on us. No pressure.
Palace security is pretty airtight. The most powerful people in the solar system are attending the G8 summit after all. It will be tough sneaking Karl and Proto-J inside, but I should be able to manage if I use my royal clout. Abuse of power is okay as long as for a good cause. Fulcrum security. I'll need to get scanned here for Fermion, bombs, antimatter, nanovirals, undocumented illegals, etc. before my skycar is let onto the Fulcrum. Fulcrum Palace's main entrance. That's the way royalty such as myself enters. We have servant, maintenance, and freight entrances as well, but it would arouse suspicion if the Princess of Rowan Castle didn't use the front door. Inverted pyramid, said to be made of solid gold. I wouldn't put it past my family to boast of a 1,000,000-ton gold structure, but that's just a disinformation story spread by our media intended to increase our perceived prestige and simultaneously hiding what is actually inside the pyramid itself. The Illuminati, you can see it's above even the floating city itself. Fulcrum Palace. Constructed by my father Warren Clinton Bush, this crown jewel above Coastlandia is estimated to have costed as much as the entire Shadowplex city below it, a living symbol of wealth and equality. It contains millions of carats worth of diamond and is adorned with 10 times the gold ever mined from Earth, harvested from a rare Auric comet captured by Lightspeed spacecraft halfway to Alpha Centauri. My father purchased the most prized artifacts of the Louvre and the Smithsonian when the United States and European Union went bankrupt as their economy swivered up, installing the Mona Lisa and the Declaration of Independence smuggling to his personal galleries. Wow. The heart of Fulcrum is classified. Conspiracy theorists suggest it's powered by a massive black hole. I like to joke that the black hole powering it is the unfillable void in my father's ugly, loveless heart. He doesn't find that funny.
Princess Sybil Clinton Bush, welcome to the G8 Summit. We apologize for the inconvenience, but we must do a routine scan of your vehicle for security reasons.
Why is this red? If I go with this, I think I instantly lose.
I don't see why I need to be scanned. I'm a Clinton Bush. My family is the most powerful dynasty in the solar system.
My deepest apologies, Your Highness. This is just a routine security measure.
What? Or you change your routine procedure?
Is that so? Well, I order you to change your routine procedure. Do you want me to drop a royal decree and have you recycled for insubordination?
No. Of course not. My humblest, sincerest apologies, Your Majesty. Please have mercy. I was merely following orders.
Yes, I'm so sorry. Grovel. Just get out of my way.
So to pass this part, you basically have to be a Karen, huh? Okay, now I can talk to people on the ground.
I'd just like to take a little stroll around the palace grounds. It's been a while since I've been home.
Of course, Your Highness.
Before I go to the meeting, I need to plant the bomb somewhere to create a distraction later. That's an Illuminati bomb? The hell? An antimatter bomb disguised as royal coinage. Clinton Bush banks use financial WMDs, high-frequency trading, derivatives, and other instruments to level the economies of entire nation-states. That's how we conquered Europe. So we basically put this into their currency and then blew it up? That's insane. I suppose it's only fitting that the destruction of the Neofeudal plutocracy come in the form of their own money. Or, wait, no, or they use it normal channels. I can't tell. Is this a financial WMD? Is that like a figure of speech, or is it literal, like this antimatter bomb? A gram of antimatter would create an explosion equivalent to 3 Hiroshimas. The coin contains just a microscopic amount, just enough to cause a ruckus, but not enough to vaporize the entire Fulcrum Palace with us on it. I need to plant this bomb somewhere inconspicuous to cause a destruction at just the right time. Observe fountain. I remember throwing golden coins at this fountain as a little girl. I used to wish for silly things like growing up to be a beautiful princess in my beautiful golden castle, married to a handsome prince. Ironically, I was one of the billions of other little girls for whom that wish would inevitably come true, but here I am hating it. Here's wishing every little girl one day has a real chance like I had. Hedge maze? Do I have to go through the entire maze or something? The hedge maze was seeded by you from the world-famous Hampton Court maze in the UK. I love getting lost in the maze, pretending I was Sarah from the labyrinth waiting to get swept away by David Bowie's Goblin King. Hey, I might have been a Neofeudal brat, but I also went through an angsty teen girl phase and had a crush on David Bowie, just like everyone else. Looks like they've cut the hedge to half height for the G8 Summit. For security reasons, of course. They want high visibility. Can't have populist terrorists or usurpers hiding in your garden. The Illuminati All-Seeing Eye. Ensconced by the inverted pyramid, the sigil of the Neofeudal Council. Used to be right side up until my grandfather Warren Clinton Bush II overthrew the then ruling Illuminati. He then inverted their centuries-old pyramid and centered the Eye of Horus in the middle, suggesting a dawn of a more egalitarian, democratic, and just shadow government. That utopian vision of benevolent, magnanimous global leadership quickly decayed as power grabs and infighting took over, and my father, King Warren Clinton Bush, ascended to the throne after grandfather's death, murdered by his own son, it was rumored. At that point, Neofeudalism really took hold, and the symbol came simply to represent the shape of the Neofeudal floating sky cities. Our grandfather really believed in that? Or was that propaganda? Who knows? I hope the Egalite Cooperative can do better. I don't know if we can, but we have to try. Reminds me a bit of the situation with JFK and Dustborn. He wanted to use justice's power to help the American people and not the government, but it ended up becoming a tool of the ruling class anyways. That kind of sucks, huh? Angelic statue. The angelic statue represents the coming ascension of the chosen elite into post-human godhood, or some such megalomaniacal nonsense. I had to do a paper on it for Neofeudal History 205 at Yale Bard. Mandatory propaganda to indoctrinate young future rulers, basically. Balcony. The Fulcrum Palace. Wait. This has the same text as the gold pillars. The hell? That's kind of lazy. Front doors. Just go in once I'm ready. The G8 summit is about to get started. Which one is closest to our exit point is the real question. I don't think it matters, does it? Does it screw up my entire run? Good thing I have so many save slots. Of course, just another golden coin amongst thousands of others, and it's just far enough from the palace itself. Okay, time to make my grand entrance at the summit. Okay, time to head in. Just took a step back and then went in with everyone else. What? Oh boy, I have to think about how to talk to everyone. Oh wait, they did give you the percentage, the smaller percentage. That is it, the Global 8 Summit. Representatives of the most powerful and wealthy families on Earth and the colonized solar system, meeting to set the course for civilization itself. That's what the Neofeudal-owned news organizations are paid to say anyway. Mostly amounts to 0.001% looking for ways to solidify their position, control the common people, and make sure democracy is as inefficient and non-existent as possible. Well, I better go do my princessly duty and do the fake tabloid smile, shake hands with rival trillionaires who want my family dead, and drink astronomically expensive bloody Virgin Marys made with water from the moon and the blood of literal virgins. Wow! I'm kidding about the last bit, of course. They don't publicly serve beverages and divorce made from human flesh since it caused an outcry in 28. You have to order it from the secret menu now. Oh. Well, better go with social. Emperor Z. Okay, Emperor Z Khan of the People's Republic of China. I haven't had a lot of dealings with him myself, but I do know that when the Clinton Bushes had central banks print quadrillions of dollars to fund their ascendancy, Emperor Z threatened to devalue his currency in tandem with Russia and several other countries, and switch to a gold standard. That was part of the impetus of my father scouring the Kuiper Belt and lassoing in that golden comet, to nullify the threat of a gold standard into unilaterally assured financial destruction for China. Prince Violet Jackson Jones, aka the Mars Walker. His current body supposedly contains 3% Michael Jackson, 3% Prince, 3% David Bowie DNA. He was genetically and social media engineered to be the perfect rock/pop star. He's won every Grammy MTV Music Award and broken every download record since his creation. Although the difficulty of this feat is debatable when all radio streaming services, social media, and internet systems are controlled by a few trillionaires who pump the Morris Walker to the top of every chart, feed, search, and recommended video, even if you type in Toyota fuel cell replacement parts. Yes, controlling the algorithm, huh? That seems a little familiar. Gates Walton. Princess Sarah Gates Walton of the Gates Walton corporate empire. Wait, shouldn't she be related to Nolan then? The heck? General Walker Coch-Jobbs, the psycho Coch-Jobbs leader that tried to kill us. We came to a secret understanding at the Oasis Country Club. I could tell my father that the general made an attempt at my life and is conspiring against the Clinton Bush family, but he knows I have protege and am conspiring against my own father. We're at a political stalemate as it stands, and he probably won't try anything against me in such a public venue, but I need to be careful around him. He's an unstable wild card. Okay, seriously, with all the time travel stuff, did we somehow enough time pass that the attack on the office building occurred anyways, so he had to fight a time-displaced version of Sybil? I don't know. My father, King Warren Clinton Bush. He's the hosting royal of the G8 Summit and chairman of the Neofeudal Council, being the foremost ruler. Okay. foremost ruler of the Clinton Bush Corporation, the individual with the single highest net worth and power is ranked by Forbes. I need to do a family shot for the media. Loving royal father handing on the torches, adoring up-and-coming daughter. Bluff, only they knew. He's probably gonna clone himself and kill you off. Queen Deborah Merkel-Lacroix, the former president of the EU before it collapsed after inequality, austerity, and a series of Hitler-esque leaders and selfish, embezzling technocrats drove the country toward a people in war, culminating in the Second Dresden firebombing. The French, German, British leader assumed the throne of the remains of the European dynasty, ascending 10,000 feet above the ashes and radiation in glittering sky castles, or Himmelsschloss in German. Europe has retaken its place as a manufacturing powerhouse, although the manufacturing is all done by super intelligent machines who build flying Audis, yachts, limos, and other luxury items for royalty for the most part, as Lower Europe resembles the medieval Dark Ages, full of sectarian violence, starvation, and plagues, except with smartphones and assault rifles. Oh my god, Nolan is here. He's probably still begging for money for his starships. When is he gonna take a hint? Maharaja Patel, one of the highest-ranking rulers in East Asia. The throne. We've got a lot of these for different ceremonial purposes, some hewn of diamond or ruby or meteorite. One throne was even constructed from the firmly fused bones of assassinated world leaders. It was used by the Clinton Bushes to intimidate the EU and Asia into submission during World War III, by threatening rebellious heads of state that they would be Gaddafi and added to the sculpture next. Yikes. This is getting way... yes, some of the things they do sounds pretty outlandish, even by the standards of most dystopias, huh? Portrait of Neofeudal monarchy, past and present. Farr has asked me repeatedly to have my own visage rendered by Faux Van Worst, the official 12-eyed, half-cephalopod royal portraitist, whose napkin scribbles alone sell for billions in art galleries. I graciously declined Farr's request. Okay, maybe I yelled at him to go suffocate on a mouthful of beluga caviar before stopping out of the palace ballroom. So much my genius Fire and his New Order-type friends came to aspire to be post-human supermen. The only really superhuman thing about the Neofeudals is their toxically excessive opulence. The chandelier is case in point number 10,000. So what do you have to say, Emperor? What the?
Good afternoon, Emperor Z.
We are pleased to see you, Princess Sybil. The People's Empire of China has utmost respect for you and your father.
I know he's basically a computer-generated, biologically engineered product of big entertainment, but I still have a secret crush on him. I probably have a fangasm, drop 3 IQ points, turn into a swoony, drooly hot mess, and say something dumb if I try to talk to him. Better not.
Princess Sarah!
Princess Sybil, great to see you.
I'm such a huge fan. When you took the 2027 Transplanetary Academy Awards by storm by defiling your pure human body, it was such an epic, brave move, inserting your consciousness into a vat-grown body with 30% feline genes.
Cat girl.
You totally inspired me to become a transcorporeal ally to disenfranchised sentient species.
Oh, stop spoiling me. I wish the mainstream media hadn't overhyped the scandal of my transgender interspecies vessel. It ended up overshadowing the social justice movement I was promoting. But c'est la vie. In truth, it was badly received in elite circles. But that wasn't what really ruffled feathers. It was when I married a common seamstress/singer from an LA ghetto, someone so far below my social economic class. Not the fact that I became the first openly lesbian royal, but that I'd married a simple cosplayer micro-celeb with less than 1 billion hype-tube views. That's when I drew attacks from other neo-feudals as a treason against the ruling elite.
Tell me about it. That's what happens when you threaten the status quo. Weren't you actually, assassinated, JFK style? Shot in your motorcade to that charity event for #CommonLivesMatter in Paris?
Luckily, I had a backup of my consciousness and was able to re-sleeve into a new cloned body.
Huh. Strange. She doesn't seem as crazy as her brother. That's kind of surprising. General Walker Coch-Jobbs. I really don't want to talk to that homicidal maniac if I don't have to.
Uncle Patty!
Sybil, oh my, you've grown into a beautiful lotus. I remember when you were just a wee little bud.
You taught me to play cricket, made me fall in love with Alu Gobi. How could I forget? Thank you again for that letter of recommendation when I applied for Yalevard.
Not that Clinton Bush needs recommendation to get whatever they want, but it was a nice gesture.
It was my pleasure. By the way, after you try the beluga caviar, treat your palate with the gold-plated tikka masala. I snuck my mother's recipe into the android chef's AI.
Princess Sybil, the Fulcrum is brightened by your presence.
Thank you for coming, Your Majesty. I hope that Europe is recovering from the war, the second Dresden firebombing.
A catastrophe, no doubt, one that we all deeply regret. However, Europe has retaken its place as a manufacturing powerhouse. Aero BMW, sky yachts, surrogate cyber bodies, orbital platforms, they are at an all-time high.
It sounds like the EU is really bouncing back then.
The only problem is there are only jobs for super intelligent machines. The guilds, the trades are lost. Unemployment is at 90%. I regret to say it, but Lower Europe resembles less EU-topia and more the medieval Dark Ages, full of sectarian violence, starvation, and plagues, except with smartphones and assault rifles.
Let's just copy-paste it from your
We have performed
examination description.
Tried to help those below, but populist animosity is at an all-time high. We elite have lost control of our territory. We rule only the clouds. I have heard of your work with the terrestrials, the sentient underclasses. If only we could replicate this on my continent. Your father has nearly infinite resources. If you could perhaps speak with him?
I wish I could help, Your Majesty, I really do, but my father and I don't see eye to eye. I act against his will, in fact. If I were the monarch of my Neofeudal dynasty, this would be a different world, but as it is, King Warren holds the keys to the kingdom.
I wonder if it's possible to get, if some of these Neofeudals could be turned to allies, or maybe they're only doing this for brownie points with the public and they aren't really sincere about it. Yeah, the question is, would they really be willing to give up their privilege in order to help support their stated political causes?
Sybil, I'm sorry about my crassness at the Capitol. I've set up a Gates Walton charitable foundation to handle support for the terrestrial poor, and I'm donating big league to it.
This isn't another money laundering scheme to pay off your foreign allies tax-free while simultaneously attempting to woo bleeding heart liberals like me with fake philanthropy, is it?
Absolutely not. I'm sincere here.
Then you wouldn't mind appointing your lefty sister, Princess Sarah, as chairwoman of the board then?
I can't believe you still don't trust me. Did what we have mean nothing?
We had a 2-week fling, Nolan, and I was 17 and naive.
You're going to regret this, Sybil.
Whatever, Nolan.
A sibling rivalry, huh? Seriously, once the bomb hits, what will happen to any of the Neofeudals that could potentially be our allies? Yeah, the thing is, we can't really trust them, even if they do have seem to have supposedly good political causes that they publicly endorse. There's no telling if they will actually follow through on it. Yeah, that's probably why a lot of people do not trust Sybil either. She could be just like that.
Hi, Father.
Sibs, I can trust you to be on good behavior, right? No stealing the mic and bursting into communist rants, flipping banquet tables, or PR stunts involving tar and feathers, right?
Yes, Father. I'll be good for this summit. Promise.
That's what I like to hear. This virgin's blood Pinot is exquisite, by the way. Do try it.
I hate this.
Well, that's enough socializing with the heads of the corporate state for now. Well, use a portrait icon to switch between player characters. Huh. That's new. Wait. What? I better just wait for Karl to call when he's ready. The more cellular transmissions between us, the more likely he and Proto will get caught. I could also detonate the antimatter bomb with this phone, but I don't need a distraction right now. I didn't see that phone in the inventory before. It looks very similar to the one used by Shuffler. Yeah, it's a high-class phone. Okay, Karl, I choose you. Okay, maybe I have to talk? Okay, I examine. Okay. Pro and I will need to figure out a way to break into probably the most secure complexes side of the Milky Way. It should be a cakewalk. How?
Halt! You're not authorized to be in this airspace. Decloak immediately.
Shit, we're supposed to be invisible on all the spectrums. They must have graviton scanners. Apparently attack will get me a specific achievement. I don't see any way out of this. But that means... Oh no.
Terminate the hostile with extreme prejudice.
Uh-oh.
And dead. Damn. Is this a stealth mission disguise?
Halt! You're not authorized to be in this airspace. Decloak immediately.
Okay. So now I have to run.
Damn! Lost them. Horus, this is Talon 5-2. I've lost the bogey on graviton scan. Please advise.
What? That's so weird. So do I have to actually sneak past them somehow? What? Call?
Sybil?
What's up, Carl? Make it quick. I have to do a keynote in a few.
We could use some of that Neofeudal influence about now. The Fulcrum air security is impregnable.
I'll see what I can do.
Okay, I need to speak with the Fulcrum security and come up with a decoy threat to get them away from the Fulcrum itself. Wait, what?
Your Highness, I'm at your service.
Talk to that one.
I received word that one of the Aeromax Zep freighters approaching from the southeast may have an antimatter bomb in the engine compartment and a squadron of X-1000s.
Another Icarus attack from the Low City?
No, this is likely to be an interdynastic coup attempt.
I'll have to report this up the chain of command.
No, you will not. Are you deaf? I said this is likely an inside job and we won't find the mole if they tell their commandos the operation has been compromised.
We'll need to pull from our official Fulcrum Palace perimeter fleet to check out an Aeromax.
Did you not swear an oath and have it neurally programmed into your psybrain to protect royalty? This is a direct threat on the Clington Bush family. You will inspect the freighter at any cost.
Yes, of course, Your Highness.
Okay. So that gives us a little bit of leeway, but there's still two of them. Gate stand, looks like Sybil leverage her royal cards right. Half of the Air Force is taking off. Okay, but I need to worry about the other half. So, examine main entrance. I need to Shanghai Protege inside, but no way I'm flying the Superpositor right into the red carbon entrance. Even if it's technically invisible on all wavelengths. It's probably got hypersensitive grav detectors, quantum flux monitors. I can tell when extra eyes are observing the palace golden photons. In short, we have an ethical bureaucrat's chance in Coastlandia of making it through. There's the problem with the $6 billion baller. I'm not exactly being VIPs of this blue crack party. We need to find another entrance. Oh, someone's coming. What? Whose is that? Could be that Goertzel woke up and is playing his own shit. There. The platform before it disappears. Can we get there in time? We still have to fight off two guards that way. Cargo is being unloaded by shipping bots. They have just basic GPS and gyroscopic sensors on board and won't pose a threat. No problem, but the suit droid security there will pose a threat. Oh no. We'll have to get rid of those guards somehow. Can I use it on these security guys?
Hey, Proto, can you use your mind control on these security guards?
Yeah, maybe. If you can pull this ride up close enough.
No problem.
Okay, good. It'll pull it up for me. I'm not a good driver in point-and-click adventures.
I've just got orders from the top to return to the ballroom. We're being relieved. What? We're scheduled for warehousing for the duration, and I wasn't notified. They're saying it's urgent. Highly improbable. You should check your earpiece. What? Yo, dog. I gotta pee like a mofo for real. What? Why are you using that low city dialect? Our synthetic bodies have complete metabolic recycling. We have no urine or bladders. I might have contracted a neurovirus whilst streaming Season 3 of Throne Games to my cybrain last night. Better have it scanned for brain bugs later. Right. Let's get back to the ballroom.
This is just kind of like using Vox in Dustborn.
Hells yeah. Forget drive-by shooting. Drive-by mind wrecking. That's some baller shit right there.
We should be cleared to land now. Better put the eagle in the nest before the chickens come home to roost. The Fulcrum straight entrance. We may be able to use this to sneak in. Coast is clear. Time to crush the party. Okay, that worked this time. Seriously.
Prosperity has never been greater. The flourishing of all of our houses remains at all-time highs. Gross celestial product is up 30%, and dynastic employment amongst fully verified sentient species is at 99%. Geosynchronous resort cities are booming. Luxury skycraft and spacecraft are churned out by labor-free robotic plants by the dozen. Our Martian colony has broken ground on the first sister city, with Venus terraforming coming along smoothly, and profits from asteroid mining has taken off. On my 12th birthday, I received no super yacht in the shape of a whale, no private orbital Disneyland theme park, or directorial ownership of my favorite kids show like most kids do. I wanted my pony princess, but I digress. No, my father's present was to give me the city once known as New York, to rule as chief executive lord and mayor. It was my job to lower taxes for the wealthy, to sit on the boards of major Wall Street banks, increase corporate profits, and ensure the Clinton-Bush estate continued to grow from its meager $1 trillion. Humble beginnings, I know. I learned more in that 12th year of my life than perhaps any year since. I learned the way the world truly worked has always worked. I helped double our dynasty's net worth by the following year. The year after that, not only New York, but the entire United States of America went into bankruptcy during the global smash crash, and the Clinton Bushes were there to swoop in, buy the entire country for pennies on the dollar. I'll never forget what he said the day Dad signed over the 10 trillion estate to my name and entered indefinite cryosleep in his golden coffin. One day you will have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the heavens, and over every living thing that moves on the earth, and all other earths.
This kind of contradicts what Sybil said about the grandpa.
Which was unusual for my father, who only went to church to launder money and win over Christian voters, but the word stayed with me to this day. Dominion over every living thing on earth and all other earths. This was the word of God. Now I realize I come from a lineage of presidents, CEOs, financial magnates, kings and emperors, spanning 6 continents, 5 planets, and over a century. I don't want to be one to pat myself on the back, but as the great Ayn Rand once said, wealth is the product of man's capacity to think. We are the ones who created this bright, golden, luxurious future we all inhabit through our innovation, ingenuity, and hard work. We, the Neofeudal elite, the captains of industry. I think we here all deserve a little congratulations for our work. It's only fair for our hard work that we should be rewarded with dominion over all of these terrestrial living things. That includes the 99%. They're ours to subdue, to use as we see fit. For, like pets or cattle, they're not smart enough to efficiently manage themselves. Dad was so smart, so prophetic. All Earths. I used to think he simply meant the other planets, which we now clearly rule, but as the late great Dr. Noah Goertzel revealed to us, they're not only other planets, but other realities. Countless parallel universes that exist beside us in other dimensions. We deserve dominion over these other Earths as well.
What about other Warrens?
That is what we shall soon achieve, friends, with this penultimate technology, the so-called Garden of Forking Paths. the Garden of Creation, the Garden of Eden, and it is only right that we should return to paradise, for dare I say, we are doing God's work. A toast to doing God's work.
A great speech, Warren, but you know as well as I do that the Garden of Forking Paths cannot be used without the key which Goertzel has kept hidden from us. In addition, a unanimous vote of the Neofeudal Council is required.
The ability to alter reality itself? No one should have such godlike power. It will destabilize the balance we have created.
Indeed, and you'll never get my vote, Father.
Ah, such a cute, precocious little daughter I've raised, no? I realize that we have not always seen eye to eye, but you must realize the true possibilities of the technology. Imagine the countless other poor folks you could help feed and clothe in these other realities.
We should take care of the misfortunate in our own reality before worrying about others.
Yes, well...
This makes no sense.
Are you all right?
Shouldn't this be tested? Don't they have taste testers for this shit? How did it get... so there must be someone... Maybe the taste tester is compromised.
Oh, man down, man down.
King Warren has fallen.
I'm not getting a pulse. No apnea or neural activity. The body appears to be rapidly decomposing.
From the speed and color, I'd say it was a nano deconstructor. It'll be turning his brain into porridge by now, so he can't remote download his personality out of his shell.
You're very quick to describe all that.
Well, this is just a terrible turn of events. But as next highest ranking member of the Neofeudal Council, I hereby assume the position of chairman.
What? You probably poisoned him, you bastard!
You're a traitor, Walker, and that is my father. I am heir to the throne. I am the rightful chairwoman.
Oh, now, darling, let's not go tossing the T word around, or someone just might get their glass house cracked. But who makes you queen anyway? You? You in whose army, princess? You in whose army?
The Coch-Jobbs forces! Guards! Stop them! Oh God, this is all wrong. The Egalité Cooperative was supposed to do a coup d'etat against my father, not Walker.
As chairman of the Neofeudal Council, I hereby suspend all rules and regulations and institute autocratic... Oh, hell, I'm in charge now, okay? Boys, please take the rest of the council.
When do I get back control?
Except Mr. Nolan there.
He's in on this.
I'm appointing him as my right-hand man.
Nolan? Nolan, you sniveling little backstabber.
It was pretty obvious.
Plotting with the Coch-Jobbs this entire time?
Oh, come now, sweetheart. We had a thing, but then you had to go and break my heart.
You never loved me, you pompous upstart rocket boy. You just wanted me for my money.
And if you could have just played politics and given it to me like everyone else, I wouldn't have had to join your family's rival dynasty and build next-gen military technology for them. Pity.
Enough of this lovey-dovey romance crap. More action. Operation Apocalypse Now is a go. I repeat, initiate Operation Apocalypse Now. That's the problem with all these foreign wars. You have to watch them on GNN News through a little screen. Wars on the homeland get you right in the action. You royal folks stay here. My troops will keep you company while I watch the fireworks. Yahoo! Time to reap that whirlwind, baby! Time to reap what man has sown!
Well, who's he fighting exactly? The people down below?
Horus, this is Talon 1. We have visual on a massing force of military aircraft, mostly CJ-74 overthrowers. They claim to be reinforcements against a red alert terror threat. Please advise.
Those are the forces attempting a coup on the council.
Princess Sybil? Sorry, you're breaking up. What's happening? Where is King Warren?
King Warren is dead. Destroyed. Overthrowers.
Sorry, Princess. It seems someone is jamming our communications. Wait. We have confirmed airborne attacks. It looks like the Coch-Jobbs are attempting a full-scale assault on the Fulcrum. Defend the palace.
These tilt rotors are way too strong. What? One died. Only one died. Only one tilt rotor died. Not looking good. I should probably save. This is extremely bad.
Karl, everything has gone sideways. We're being held hostage in the throne room.
Okay, we're on our way, Sybil. Just hang in there. We're bringing the secret weapon.
Alright, do you not care that we're using a phone? At all?
General, we've discovered a Class 7 unidentified craft with advanced cloaking and quantum technology. A human cyborg and a heavily modified humanoid robot were sighted, but we lost track of them. Yes, sir.
Princess Sybil, you wouldn't happen to have a little ragtag crew of misfits sneaking around the Fulcrum now, would you?
I'm here alone. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, come on, sweetheart. You're a better politician than that. I know you can lie better about your, what's it called? Eagle Corporation? Enron Corp? Egalite Cooperative, that's it! Yes. Now, as much as I love smoking out a gorilla myself, takes me back to Cambodia in '68. I ain't got time for that. So, Princess, you're gonna tell me where Charlie is, or I'm gonna have to start impeaching the Neofeudal Council one by one with bullets.
You're insane. I'll never talk.
I love your spirit, girl. You've got that millennial spunk to you. You guys get a bad rap. Captain, go ahead and shoot Mr. Patel in the forehead for me, will you?
Yes, sir.
Oh shit, really? Damn.
Oh God!
You're a monster!
Maybe so, ma'am. But it's rich old blue bloods like you that sent me and my brothers into 7 different wars where we shot kids and blew up hospitals. So who's worse, Frankenstein or his creators? You goddamn hypocrites.
All right.
Why you spell it as hippo?
I'll talk. My associates are...
Yes? Speak out, girl.
There. Everyone get down!
What? The fuck? Where'd you come from?
Check it out. Stay front.
Tell survived?
You might be able to catch it on infrared. Flacker thing's faster than a cheetah bot and it's got neutron armor. Game over, man.
Get your sight rate straight, Corporal. If we don't take this rogue prototype down, we'll all be decommissioned for recycling.
Try flushing it out of cloak with an EMP.
When the hell did he get around here? What?
Fire in the hole! Now!
Oh shit!
The hostile is down. Check its vitals.
Hold on, playing possum? He might just grab you anyways.
Fuck! The Nox got Talos! I swore an oil pack with the big dog. I gotta represent the Chrome Boys and cap all them CJ dwanks.
I hear you, Proto. But we can't go gangsta with 2 pistols against a bunch of fully automatics. We've got to play this game like the Neofeudal. We've got to play it like chess.
I feel you. Call the shot, Carl.
Looks like the big guy's down for the count. But we can't risk another Charlie Foxtrot on the slim chance he resurrects. Hicks, Velasquez, stay on the A-51. Reinforcements should be in any second.
What? Can't call anyone outside the palace of the Coch-Jobbs signal jammers over a Fulcrum, but I can use this phone to detonate the antimatter bomb I planted. Detonate antimatter? Sure.
Coch-Jobbs, Christ! That sounded like an antimatter bomb. You two, go check it out.
Down, free to go. Okay. Golden Eye.
Captain, you alright, sir?
Check. I'm smooth operating this nigga. Let me know when you're ready to hit it, Carl.
To even the odds. With project controlling one troop, it's 2 on 2. Okay. I have a pistol.
Perfect. Wait for my signal, then take out the one on the right. We'll only get one shot at this.
Roger. I'm in the zone.
Hey!
Now!
Make it stop! Ah!
Check motherfucking mate, yo! Aw, that was the dopest place, and Shaquille O'Neal slam dunked over Barry Silver in the 2028 RNBA Championship.
I love it when a conspiratorial plot to overthrow another conspiracy comes together.
You guys were amazing. I could kiss you.
As nice as that would be, I was... never mind. Sorry, Princess. We came as fast as we could.
Thank God you guys showed up when you did.
What do we do now?
We don't have the military resources here to stand up to the Coch-Jobbs. They are too powerful.
There's only one thing we can do. We have to vote to unlock the Garden of Forking Paths. It has the power to alter reality itself and is the only thing that can undo this havoc.
But the key to the garden, no one has been able to find it for years despite so much effort searching for it.
I have found the key to the garden.
Impossible!
You must believe me, I have the key, and it is the only way to end this. We must vote now before it's too late.
Do it!
We may regret it, but I see no choice.
Europe cannot withstand another war. I vote yes.
Then we have a unanimous vote of the remaining non-rogue council. I will get the key to the garden. You have my word. Carl, the Superpositor, is it still intact?
Yeah. Air Force 1 is still docked and fully cloaked in loading bay 3.
As for the rest of the Neofeudal Council, you should evacuate immediately on my personal transport. Clinton Bush agents still loyal to me will help you escape.
Thank you, Sybil. We are all deep in your debt.
Quickly, Carl, Proto, we've got to move before the General returns with ground reinforcements. Quick, we've got to get to the elevator to the Fulcrum's main facilities.
Thanks for tuning in to this Let's Play of Neofeud. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and or hit the bell icon.